Construction collapse at the city's airport. Boise Fire Operations Chief Aaron Hummel.
The accident did not impact air operations. We maintained fire protection coverage during the incident for the aircraft that were coming and going during the incident.
A large new study ties contaminated drinking water at North Carolina's Camp Lejeune Marine Base to an expanded range of cancers.
Mark Partain and his family lived on the base when he was young. He now has male breast cancer.
There's over 130 men that I know of that have the single commonality of exposure to the contaminated drinking water at Camp Lejeune and male breast cancer.
A new study found military personnel and their families stationed at Camp Lejeune from 1975 to 1985 had at least a 20% higher risk for a number of cancers, including of the lung, throat, breast, esophagus, and thyroid. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
You're listening to NCN News.
Hey, Joe. You come here often?
Yeah, just waiting for my pills. High blood pressure and cholesterol.
Oh, that'll cost you.
I can afford it. I have NC Medicaid.
They cover prescriptions?
Yep. Doctor's visits, screenings, emergency care at low or no cost.
I tried to get it before, but I made too much.
Try again. You can earn more and still get NC Medicaid. Just go to the website.
I'm going to do that.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
Art tells a story, your story, and inspires others in your community to do the same. This Black History Month, AARP is celebrating the undeniable impact and contributions of Black art and artists everywhere. We're thrilled to celebrate with these creators over 50. Through their work and persistence, they make society a better place by bringing us all closer together. Learn more about AARP each week on AARP Without Limits or visit aarp.org/local.
The North Carolina Rules Review Commission held a meeting on Wednesday at the State Office of Administrative Hearings where they decided not to take action on changes to the rules to the training process to receive a permit to carry a concealed handgun. Cancer cases are on the rise worldwide. Cammie McCormick has that story.
The World Health Organization says there will likely be a nearly 80% increase in cancer cases by 2050. 35 million cases as the world's population grows and ages. Already there are 20 million cases and nearly 10 million deaths annually, many of those in underdeveloped countries. Lung cancer is again the most common. Colorectal cancer is now the third most common and second in terms of death.
In the aftermath of a weekend shooting where a homeless man shot at officers, he made his second court appearance on Tuesday. WWAY spoke with Police Chief Donnie Williams about officer-involved shootings in Wilmington.
I'm sitting here with all these rounds in my sidearm, and if I had to pull my sidearm, I'm responsible for where each and every one of those rounds goes at once it leaves that gun. And those are things that our people have to consider.
President Biden has a busy day ahead today.
The president will begin his day early in the morning when he travels to Capitol Hill to attend the National Prayer Breakfast. The annual event, which used to be held off campus and led by a Christian organization, was moved to the halls of Congress in recent years and run by the National Prayer Breakfast Foundation. The foundation's website states all faiths are welcome at the event. After attending the prayer breakfast, President Biden will head to Michigan for a campaign event. He may also meet with members of the United Auto Workers Union in Detroit. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton with FM translator service on W265DW at 100.9. Imagine getting the tractor you've always wanted. Well, now you can. Stop by NC Tractor and Farm Supply, talk with Phil Sheehan and his professional staff, and let them help you find the perfect Massey Ferguson tractor that's right for you. Any questions you have, they'll be happy to answer. Stop in today, 299 Railroad Avenue, NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 828-288-0395. And good morning, Lou Gilman, the Blue Room. Your forecast for today and weather is being brought to you by NC Tractor Supply. Sunshine today with highs around 60 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, lows around 35. Tomorrow, sunshine, highs around 65 degrees, almost like an early spring morning. Looking for clear skies overnight, lows around the freezing mark. Then Saturday, sunshine, highs around 55. Clear overnight, lows around 30. Sunday, here's where the weather starts to change. Partly cloudy, highs around 55, but throughout the afternoon, Clouds start moving in. It's going to be a cloudy night. Rain moves in, lows around 40, but that wind chill as low as freezing. Now for Monday, cloudy, scattered showers, highs eventually warming around 50 degrees. Rain continues overnight Monday night. Looking for lows around 35, and then Tuesday, partly cloudy, still maybe a passing shower with highs around 55 degrees. Right now, our coolest morning so far, 29 degrees currently, clear skies at WCAB. It's a minute past 7 o'clock.
Whether they were trying to battle them, pacify them, or just live in peace, many military and civilians in the Old West knew little about the Indians, and this lack of knowledge often resulted in death on both sides. It was January 27, 1861. In the Arizona Territory, a group of Pinal Indians kidnapped a boy. In response, Lieutenant George Bascom and 54 men were sent to find him. He couldn't tell the difference between a Mexican and an Indian, let alone an Apache from a Navajo, or more specifically, a Pinal Apache from a Chiricahua. Lieutenant Bascom decided that Cochise, a Chiricahua, had stolen the boy. So he met with Cochise under a flag of truce. Knowing nothing about the stolen boy, Cochise did agree to try to find him, but that didn't satisfy Bascom. He attempted to arrest Cochise and some of his followers, stating that they would be released when the boy was returned. But Cochise was able to escape. Bascom still had 3 of the Apache that had come to the meeting, so Cochise made a couple of raids and captured 4 whites, which he offered to exchange for the captive Apache, but Bascom refused. So Cochise executed his prisoners, and Bascom did the same to the Apache prisoners. Cochise declared war, and within 60 days, Cochise and his warriors had killed 150 whites. Then, for the next 11 years, Cochise raided, burned, pillaged, and murdered throughout the southern half of the Arizona Territory, all because to a military officer, an Indian was an Indian. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Officials seek a longer temporary ceasefire than the one-week pause in the Israel-Hamas war back in November.
In broad strokes, we are looking at an extended pause is the goal. How long? That's all part of the discussions.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says a longer pause would allow for the release of more hostages and the delivery of more humanitarian aid to Gaza. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Also at srnnews.com, 3 people killed, 9 injured. An accident at an airport hangar under construction at the Boise, Idaho airport.
There was a large-scale collapse of the building, the framework of the building. I don't know what caused it, but I can tell you that it was a pretty global collapse that occurred. The main structural members came down. It was fairly catastrophic.
Boise Fire Department Chief Aaron Hummel talking with KIVI. Torrential rains, a result of an atmospheric river unleashing flooding, mudslides, and some power outages across wide areas of California. It's rain in the lower elevations, snow in the Sierra Nevada. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 39 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 103. This is SRN News.
California sounds like North Carolina. They get snow in the mountains, rain in the foothills. We get snow in the mountains, rain here in the foothills. Right now, 29 degrees. And for those of you who are headed off to work, and you'll be at work during the 8 o'clock hour, well, some of the things we're going to be talking about, though the repairs are ongoing, out of the Ashley's homeless shelter on Countryside Drive is now open again. Executive Director and founder Pat Chamberlain was able to move the clients back into the facility on Tuesday afternoon after that fire that broke out on Sunday, December the 10th, forcing the shutdown of Out of the Ashes, and that was the coldest part of the year when that fire happened. That's just one of the things we're going to be telling you about. Out of the Ashes, now open again. And also on Wednesday morning, Rutherford County Elections Director Don Lovelace, along with Senior Election Specialist Clay Randall, they demonstrated how the voting machines work This was for members of the public and for the press. The early voting period for the 2024 primary election starts on Thursday, February the 15th. So mark that on your calendar because that's going to get here a whole lot quicker than you think. Now, Lovelace explained the process of casting ballots and how they're collected and tabulated. She says she wants to be transparent and assure the public that elections in North Carolina are secure.
Regarding wills, real estate, closings, Medicaid planning, or just legal representation, contact attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. They offer years of experience and expertise. Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let the professional team go to work for you.
It's tax season again. 2024 tax season has begun. It's time to get your tax returns done. Call Carmona Financial Consultants at 828-289-9300. From simple 1040s to complicated business, estate, trust, and not-for-profit returns. Put Carmona Financial Consultants to work for you. Call 828-289-9300.
7 minutes past 7 o'clock. Good morning to Sly and good morning to Pastor Creighton Lovelace. We'll be talking to them in just a few minutes. And we start first with the 911. Got Jennifer on the phone this morning. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. What you got to report this morning?
Okay, in the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County 911 Communications has processed 316 911 administrative calls, which consisted of 50 for emergency medical services, 120 for the Sheriff's Office, 37 for Forest City, 23 for Rutherfordton, 3 for Lake Lure, 45 for Spindale, and Spindale Fire Department had a motor vehicle fire and an alarm. Ellenboro had a motor vehicle crash. SDO had a carbon monoxide leak, and that's all we've got.
Jennifer, thanks a lot. I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, Washburn Store is your old-time local hometown general store. Now, the Washburn family's been serving our county with love for the people for many, many years. They've got a store full of old-timey merchandise and a lot of new stuff, too. They've got something for everybody. They've got Bibles ranging from Baby's First Bible. Nothing prettier at a baby shower is to give the family the Baby's First Bible. Children's hardback Bibles with illustrations, Bibles for the teens, Serenity Bibles, and, of course, adult Bibles with a large print. They have the 365 Days of Prayer devotionals and the inspirational signs and a lot of other items. And, of course, they still have the old-fashioned toys. A lot of things we used to play with, like the Lincoln Logs and the Tinker Toys. Open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4:30, Saturdays, 9:30 to 3. They're right on the Bostic Sunshine Highway, and they do gift baskets for birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. And those girls can do anything creative over there. Enjoy your stroll through the Washburn store in the Washburn community since 1831. Well, as I said, we were going to be... Well, I thought we were going to try to get... I think we lost Creighton. Well, we'll try that again in just a second. She may have to call him back. Well, Anchor Down, they're on West Main Street in Forest City. They have what I like to call an all-day yard sale on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Now, they put everything out in the front yard. You don't have to walk in the store and kind of bump into everything. Everything's just right out. And she's busting at the seams with all this rain because she's not been able to put stuff outside. She's got a big sale going on. You can bring a bag. You can bring a box and just fill it up. She's got clothes and shoes, only 50 cents. Lamps for only $1. She's got furniture, electronics, a pet section, a kitchen section. They've got pack and plays, rolls of material, wheelchairs, walkers, bedding, floor rugs, baby items. Plus, she's got brand new items that have come in since Christmas. So she's got a store stocked full of stuff. So go by Anchor Down in Forest City, 155 West Main Street. She's open today and tomorrow. Oh, no, she's open today. And then she'll be open again on Tuesday from 10 until 2. And it's time to say good morning to Pastor Creighton Lovelace. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, Miss Lou. How about you?
I'm doing good. Wide-eyed, but I'm not too bushy-tailed just yet.
I hear that. It's tough trying to get out of bed this morning, but we finally made it.
Yeah, summertime it's easy. Wintertime, it's not so easy.
Mm-hmm. That is so true, so true.
And what's happening on your end of the world?
Well, we've got today is February 1st, and it is the 32nd day of the year. We got 334 days left, and today is National Dark Chocolate Day. They say that, excuse me, that eating dark chocolate with high cocoa content in moderation can deliver antioxidants and minerals and might help protect from heart disease. But, of course, that can also contain high amounts of sugar and calories as well. So we got to be careful in moderation, naturally.
I think I'd just like to break off a piece of a Reese cup and just eat that and just forget about it.
There you go. That's right.
Just get a little bit of something good than a whole lot of something that doesn't taste all that great.
That's it. That's my thoughts, at least. In the past 24 hours, Assistant Chief Hopper reported that SDO responded to a carbon monoxide house call. And no birthdays, anniversaries, or events today, but folks in Radioland can email. Looks like in the fire district we're going to have plentiful sunshine with a high near 60 today. That's not too bad. Tonight, partly cloudy in the evening with more clouds later and low at 34. Sunrise coming up soon at 7:26 and sunset at 5:55. And the moon is still in the waning gibbous phase. Now, the signs today are in the secrets, and that's a very fertile sign. And it being the first of the month, and as we're moving closer and closer towards spring, some folks out there might wonder about when do I plant grass seeds. And it would seem like, according to the signs over this month, we would say the best days to plant grass seed would be February 1st to the 8th, and then February 24th, spilling over through March until March 9th. And some people have wondered about plowing wet ground, whether we do it or don't. And there's different ideas about that. And so I would, from what I've read and what I've studied, I would look at February, which is obviously still inside the winter, and that would be when the moon is dark. That's from the full to the new moon. And hopefully during a fertile or very fertile sign, but not when the killing or flowering signs rule. So in February, of course, our ground around here is still likely to freeze and thaw. Sometimes we might even get some snow mixed in, but that's perfect to create good seed to soil environment for the seeds to germinate. So that's what we've looked at for our green thumbs out there. And Miss Lou, that's about all I got to report.
And then when you put your grass seed out, how are you going to keep the birds from eating it?
You know, that's a good question. I know that when my dad did it, he, of course, still employed that old scarecrow out there. And there was sometimes he would run two poles to either section where we would put the straw over the seed, and there'd be like some aluminum pie plates that we'd tie to some strings, and it kind of spooks the birds a little bit. I don't know what they think it is. I remember back in the day, our younger generation won't understand this, but back in the day, you remember we used to get those AOL.com CDs in the mail, and Daddy would take some CDs and tie string around them, and I guess it might be the flashing off of it of the sunlight that might spook them, but that's some tips that we've tried. And Mama, she would also put, she was a hair stylist, and she would put cut hair out there to keep some of the animals away, squirrels and deer and so forth, because it smells like humans, and that kind of puts them off. But that's a few tips that the Lovelaces have employed through the years.
When you said that, I remember my Papa Sprouse used to hang aluminum pie plates in the trees, and they wouldn't come around.
Yep, that's it.
It's just cheap. It's cheap, but it works.
Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Creighton, you have a good day today, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, Miss Lou, you have a blessed day, sister.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheryl, I've been talking to Tommy and David, the outside salesmen at Henson Building Materials in Forest City. They're going to help us navigate through our remodeling project.
Well, I know they have tons of experience, so we'll be in good hands.
Good hands is right. Even professional builders shop there because they trust the quality products and service.
And did you know they have a great relationship with our community, too? Oh, they're so nice.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building starts here.
15 minutes past 7 o'clock. Scrappy's Food and Fuel. It's like three places in one. It's a convenience store. They've got a little cafe inside. And they also rent U-Hauls. Well, they're on 221 South in Forest City. Delicious breakfast biscuits. Go back at lunchtime and get a hot dog or those breaded chicken tenders. Well, if you're eating a little on the healthy side, you can get a salad, and you're not going to be disappointed. And the store itself is clean, it's spacious, and the staff are very, very friendly. Stop in, meet Scott and Colleen. The cafe's open Monday through Friday from 6 until 2. The store is open Monday through Saturday, 7 till 9, and Sundays, 8 to 8. And as I said, they also have U-Haul rentals available, and you can call in your lunch at 828-229-3313 and have it ready when you get there. Scrappy's Food and Fuel, everything you need in one place. Well, we're heading to Boston, checking in with DeVern. Chris and Robbie, they are at a fire training session, I would imagine, or something. So we're going to miss those guys this morning, and they won't be back until Monday. So good morning, DeVern.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. How about you?
I'm doing great on this February the 1st.
Yeah, everybody that's driving around with a tag that they didn't get their tags replaced, you need to get that done.
Absolutely. It'll catch up with you.
Yeah, you got an extra day this month, but that don't mean nothing.
No. Well, here in Boston, we have a temperature of 30 degrees. Fire department had no calls. Food boxes will be given out today at Washburn's Outreach from 9 to 1. And the thrift store will also be open. And if you have any donations, they do have a box there for drop-offs. We have one birthday. We want to wish Kenny Blackwell a happy birthday and hope he has a wonderful day. Don't forget to go by a Washburn store here in Boston and check their items out. Go over and get a basket made up for Valentine's Day for someone. Then come on down to Boston Florist and put your order in for Valentine because only 13 more days left to Valentine's Day. And hope everyone has a wonderful day.
You too, DeVern, and we'll talk to you again in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well,
It's
you
a
heard
family
DeVern.
tradition,
This
caring
is
for
the
your family
first
at a
day
time
of
of sorrow
February,
and
and for
need.
those of you who
Crow's
your tag
Mortuary
ran
and
out
Cremation
on January the
Services, owned and
31st,
operated by the
need to
Crow
get your
family,
tags replaced.
has been a part
And
of our
this is
community
leap
for over
year.
65
There are
years.
29
They've been
days
recognized
this
for the
year
highest
in
level of
February,
professional
so
service.
at least you got an
Crow's
extra day
pinpoints
this
every
year
service
to get your tags. Well, it's a brand new year, so let the drop-in help you start your new year off with their brand new deals. Start with a delicious breakfast chicken biscuit or a steak biscuit, 2 for $6.49. Mix and match. Or enjoy a lunch meal with a popular chicken strip meal. Get 3 strips, 6 wedges, and a roll, dipping sauce, only $7.29. Get the new year started with 6 packs of Coke products, 2 for $6. And let the drop-in help you get that 2024 diet started with fresh salads, choose large or small. Get all this and more. Friendly staff, clean stores, and superb service, always at the drop-in. So come on, drop in. 18 minutes past 7 o'clock. Good morning, Tina White.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I don't know if I'm hearing myself back on the radio or if I'm hearing a reverb back on through the phone.
It's probably through the phone.
Oh, okay. Are you driving this morning?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay.
Don't breathe.
28 degrees.
Just don't breathe. You're coming in good right now.
Okay. 28 degrees this morning in Shingle Hollow, and as far as I know, the fire department didn't have any calls. I had talked to them this morning, heard from them. We have a birthday on Pilgrim Way's calendar. It's Miss Pam Harris. Hope she has a wonderful birthday. Happy birthday, Pam. And Wayne Stafford want me to let everyone know, and I think I heard you advertising it, that Friday, February 9th from 10 to 2, there's going to be a clothing and hot dog giveaway, socks and gloves at 225 West Main Street in Spindale in front of the Pilgrim's Way Pathway Thrift Store. This is an outreach ministry of the Pilgrim's Pathway House of Refuge, which is a local nonprofit men's reentry home helping the former incarcerated find faith, forgiveness, and a brighter future through Jesus Christ. The actual home is located at 514 East Main Street in Spindale, and they're asking if you'd like to donate, that you can. Or if you want more information, call 828-375-0083 or 828-202-5543. And On February 10th, Gilkey Community Center is having their buffet breakfast, country breakfast, $10, begins at 7 a.m. and goes until 10. And it's a wonderful breakfast. I plan on coming out for that on the 10th. And that's all I've got this morning that I know of.
Wayne's doing a lot of good work down there at the Pilgrim's Way.
Yes. Oh, I'm so thankful. And it's hard work. It's not easy stuff, but it's a servant's heart. Somebody who really loves what they're doing and wants to help.
Between him and the Grace of God Rescue Mission and Out of the Ashes, that's really stepping up to help.
Yes. And there's that need it's very evident here in the county.
I just appreciate the fact that they're there.
Very thankful.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Tina, anything else?
That's all I've got, I think, this morning, Lou. Hope you have a great day. And
it sounds like your phone's about to die. Give the big beep.
Okay. Well, be blessed. Have a great day. Stay safe.
You too, Tina.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy. Have you ever thought about sending your children there? Well, they're going to have a kinder fair, and you can go check out Thomas Jefferson. This will be on February the 9th. From 4:30 until 6. This will be at the Grammar School Gymnasium on Broadway. You can come and learn a lot about Thomas Jefferson. They'll have games, snacks, fun activities for the kids. And if you do want more information, call 245-9526. 245-9526. Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy Kinder Fair. Friday, February the 9th from 4:30 until 6 at the Grammar School Gymnasium on South Broadway in Forest City. It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com.
Listening to the radio, driving in your car. Radio gets results. Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. When you need to get your message through, people really do listen to you. Coming through loud and clear, no matter what you're telling, no matter what you're selling, everyone will hear. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results.
We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Right here in Rutherfordton, and we are going to be even more in Rutherfordton. In just a few weeks, Main Street, Rutherfordton, 212, we're going to be moving. Carpet's going to be put down. And after that, all the equipment, and we're on our way. Good morning, Sue Price.
Good morning, Lou.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We're good.
Good. Got a big frost out there this morning.
Yeah, I like it when the sun starts to come up and you look across the street and it's still kind of dark, but you can see it looks like snow outside.
Yeah.
I know. People get tired of hearing me talk about snow. If it just snowed just one time.
Surely we'll get a snow.
We hadn't had one in 2 winters.
No. It's about time for us, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when we get the biggie or the baddie, whichever way you want to, whatever you describe it.
We never know what we're going to get anymore.
Not anymore.
We've had a lot of rain. That's a good thing because we sure had got dry. So I'm thankful for the rain we've got. Well, let's see. I don't have any calls from the fire department. I don't have any birthdays or anniversaries on my Duncan's Creek Church calendar or my personal calendar today. Fairview's got a birthday for Debbie Sursman, so I hope Debbie's going to have a good day. And we hope anybody's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And so far, I haven't had any calls come in for announcements, so it's just quiet and calm over here, and we're looking for good day, and I hope you'll have one.
You too, Sue. You and Richard have a good day, and we'll talk to you in the morning.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Well, try to get as much news and information around our area and North Carolina news that affects Rutherford County. And I found this last night. Now, families can now start applying for the state's newly expanded school voucher program. The Opportunity Scholarship was expanded through the state budget, so now every family will become eligible for funding to send their children to private schools. The State Education Assistance Authority will review the applications they receive and get the funds to the school that parents choose. School choice advocates say it gives families more options. Now, according to this, it says it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, black, white, male, female. Opportunity Scholarship and education is for all. That according to Mike Long, president of Parents for Educational Freedom in North Carolina. However, opponents fear that the impact could have on public schools. These private school vouchers drain funds from our local public school districts, and we're concerned because we know funds can be used to improve the academic experience. That according to Tamika Walker-Kelly with the North Carolina Association of Educators. You can go to the SEAA website to apply for the scholarships. The deadline is March 1st. The state will have expanded customer service hours to help families apply. You can call 855-330-3955 at the following times. Now, today, it's from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, from 9 until 12 noon. And then on Sunday, from 12 noon until 3 in the afternoon. Even if you really don't know what this is about and you just want some questions answered, you can call those phone numbers and see what this is all about. And really, to be honest with you, I don't have any children or grandchildren, so I have no idea what this is. So it might be something that you may want to check into for your children. And don't forget the Be My Baby Valentine Contest. This is the 30th year that we've done the Valentine Contest. Now, winners will be chauffeured to Gregory's Restaurant for a candlelit dinner for two. Also, there's going to be roses, chocolate, jewelry. Did I say chocolate? His and her gifts from various merchants. Chocolate. What do you have to do to be a part of this? Well, all you have to do is just send us a card. It doesn't have to be a beautiful Valentine card, just a card with your name, your sweetheart's name, and make sure we've got your phone number so we can find you if you're the winner. Mail your cards to WCAB, Attention Lou, Post Office Box 504, Rutherford, North Carolina, 28139. Now, the drawing is going to be held on Wednesday, February the 14th, here in the Blue Room at 8:30 in the morning. So, happy Valentine's Day. Good luck from all of us here at Pure Country. Checking with Brenda Kelly this morning. Morning, Brenda.
Good morning. How are you on this tremendous Thursday? Oh, yeah, it is Thursday.
Yeah. I had to look.
February 1st.
Yeah, I had to look too. I got a little off kilter myself.
And tomorrow's Groundhog Day.
Yes, it is.
And is it going to be pretty? Will you see a shadow?
Well, it says it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow.
Oh, okay. But we don't know what it'll be up there in Pennsylvania, do we?
No. Well, what's the two that's up in Lake Lower, Chimney Rock?
I forget. Yeah, there's one up there, but I can't remember its name.
I can't either.
I remember Punxsutawney Phil.
I know my two nephews didn't waste any time being born on Groundhog Day.
Okay.
They come right on out. They were ready.
There you go.
Yep.
But let's see, I've got 24 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays and anniversaries. I don't know of anything going on. I just know it's cold. So everybody needs to wrap up if they're going out. But what's the temperature? And it's supposed to get warmer today.
It's supposed to be, I think it's, let's see, let me get it right here. Let's see, today, it is supposed to be, well, I don't know what day it is. Today's Thursday. Yeah, it's supposed to be about 60 today. And nicer tomorrow. It's supposed to be 65 tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
Or close to.
Everybody be breaking out their shorts and flip-flops, won't they?
Yeah, and that's why everybody's got colds and flus and COVID.
That's right.
The temperature won't stay.
How's Todd doing?
Yesterday he said he had just a horrible headache and his sinuses were really stopped up. So
yeah,
that headache can just take you down.
It's a while to get over that. They say. I don't know. I know when I was down at the hospital Monday, I wore my mask all day long.
I don't blame you.
And that place where we was waiting was full of people. So, and I tried to stay as far away from people as I could. And every time I passed one of them things where you get the hand sanitizer, I got me some and sanitized my hands. I said, I don't want the flu, don't want COVID, and I don't want RSV.
No. Now, do you get a shingle shot?
No, I had never had a shingle shot. That's hard to say.
Yeah, it is. It's dangerous to be saying too sometimes.
No, I ain't never had one. Why?
Well, I don't know. I hear a lot of people and younger. You know, they used to say it was an older. Well, I can't say older anymore. I'm 60. I'm gonna be 64 this year. But I mean, it used to be people like in their 60s and 70s and 80s used to get shingles. Well, now younger people are getting it.
Yeah.
Logan, with the who gets the programs ready for the Word of Faith, he had it on his face and it got around his eye. That's that was bad. And the Faye had it too.
Donald got it years ago. He was, and it started in his head and it come down on his eye. And I said, I believe you've got shingles. And he went to the doctor. And sure enough, that's what it was. It was awful. Golly, I was still working. So that's been, I'd say, 20 years ago. But and so he would have been 60, 59, 60, somewhere like that. But yeah, you don't have to be old to get things. You're talking about going to be 64. You're still young. I'll be 80.
No. Hey, I hope I'm getting around as good as you are when I hit 80.
If you could see me getting up and down sometimes, you wouldn't. You might say, well, I don't know about that old woman.
I tell you, when I had to, like your daughter having to have the back surgery, it was a necessity. I had to have it because I couldn't walk.
She did too. Well, she couldn't walk.
So afterwards, but the other things that came along, like arthritis and all that's come. I mean, it hurts and it's hard to deal with it sometimes. But
it is.
I don't think I could go home and stay and not have something to do to keep my mind off of it.
Yeah. It's something else, but you'd think they would come up with a cure for arthritis.
I know.
But so far they hadn't.
Well, they haven't found a cure for the common cold yet either.
No, sure ain't. They come up with all these shots, and you can take them, and you can still get whatever it is. I get my flu shot every year. Thank the good Lord above, I've not had the flu in the last, I think it's been 4 or 5 years. But I almost died with it last time I had it. But I got that RSV shot. I don't know what RSV is. It's an upper respiratory thing, ain't it?
Yeah, it's respiratory something, and it's got a long names to it. So, just give me the initials. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can pronounce that RSV. But I don't know of anything going on, so I guess you better truck on down to Ellenburg and see if Luther Sweet thing's all right this morning.
Yeah, I missed Robbie and Chris this morning. They're both at that fire meeting.
Well, sometimes they have to do that to stay updated on the latest whatever,
I'm
training
glad they do.
and stuff. So.
I'm glad they do.
That's right. That's exactly right. You never know when we might need them.
That's right. Especially December the 15th when I heard a big boom and ran out the door and saw what I saw across the street.
I remember that happening, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, that was something else, yeah. Man, they done got that little house built back, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take them long, neither.
Mm-mm.
No.
Once they got started.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. But I guess I will talk to you to another time, Lou.
Well, yeah, I think Todd will make it back maybe Monday if he's feeling better. I hope he's feeling better. I mean, that stuff will drag your soul out of you just about. But anyway.
Does, yeah.
Yep. But Brenda, you have a good day. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Well, no, wait a minute. I'll see you tomorrow.
Today's just Thursday.
I know. I'll get there.
We'll be all right.
We'll get there.
Okay.
See you later.
Cess Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com or call them at 245-1626.
Valentine's Days, birthdays, Christmas, when you got to buy a gift for somebody, it is so hard to try to figure out what to get for them. Well, May I suggest Butler's Jewelry and Loan in Forest City? They've got the largest selection of diamond engagement rings on display, necklaces, bracelets, diamond earrings, Louis Vuitton, Coach handbags and purses. And for him, I think that's what she's trying to tell me here. They've also got handguns or rifles if they like to target shoot or if they like to hunt. And you can also find musical instruments, electronics, and they buy and sell. And they have in-house jewelry repair, 40 years experience. Butler's Jewelry and Loan, go in and let them help you put a smile on your sweetheart's face this Valentine's Day. They're located in downtown Forest City. And speaking of Valentine's Day, it's going to be here a whole lot quicker than you'd think. And the 30th annual Be My Baby Valentine contest, we're taking the cards now. And you don't have to mail them. You can just bring them to us. We're here on Whiteside Road. Now, the winners are going to be chauffeured to Gregory's for a candlelit dinner for two. You're going to get gifts like flowers, chocolate, jewelry, his and her gifts from various merchants. And all you have to do is send us a card, a Valentine card. It doesn't matter. Make sure your name, your sweetheart's name, and you can even request a song if you want to. But make sure we've got your phone number. And send your cards to Post Office Box 504. Attention, Lou. Rutherford, North Carolina, 28139. Now, we're going to do the drawing on Valentine's Day, February the 14th at 8:30 right here in the Blue Room. We'll do it live. And you can't win unless you register to win, so send your cards in. So you may be our Be My Baby winner.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
22 minutes before 8 o'clock. If you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, well, you got about 22 minutes to get there. And we've headed to our last... Good morning, Luther.
Good morning. I'm already there.
I know you are. How are you this morning?
Cough in hand. Do what?
How are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing great. Cough in one hand, sandwich in the other. Watching cars go by. Everybody just getting their breakfast.
How you holding?
And heading on out to work.
How you holding the phone with coffee in one and a biscuit in the other? With your toe?
It's not... yeah, it takes practice to do that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. It's quiet there this morning, not a whole lot going. See, our department, they had one lifting assistant yesterday out ambulance service. Didn't have one accident, but it never did find it, so it must have got away. And other than that, they quiet this morning, said they just sitting down and enjoying coffee. So you two ladies have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All righty, Luther, be careful and have a good one.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, for those of you who will be at work during the 8 o'clock hour and you're going to miss some of the headlines that we're going to be talking about, well, one of those is going to be, even though the repairs are ongoing, Out of the Ashes is open. And remember that fire that broke out on December the 10th? It's on a Sunday, and it forced the shutdown. And a lot of the people that were staying at Out of the Ashes had to be sent to hotels, local hotels. They do have now a new sprinkler system as well as new heating and air conditioning systems. They've been installed, and they are able to occupy about 3/4 of the building now, but not the exact area where the fire was, as restoration work in that area will be continuing for the next few weeks. Repairs are ongoing, but they are back with the help of a lot of people here in Rutherford County, and good Lord bless those folks. Well, again, telling you about this that I found on News 7's website. Families can now start applying for the North Carolina State's newly expanded school voucher program. Now, the Opportunity Scholarship was expanded through the state budget, so now every family will be eligible for funding to send their children to private schools. The State Education Assistance Authority will review the applications they receive and get the funds to the school that the parents choose. School choice advocates say it gives families more options. It says it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, black, white, female, male. Opportunity Scholarship and education is for all. That according to Mike Long, president of Parents for Education Freedom in North Carolina. However, opponents fear the impact it could have on public schools. They say these private school vouchers drain funds from our local public school districts, and we're concerned because we know funds can be used to improve the academic experience. That, according to Tamika Walker Kelly with the North Carolina Association of Educators. You can go to the SEAA website to apply for the scholarships. Deadline is March 1st, and the state will have expanded customer service hours to help families apply. You can call 855-330-3955, and at the following times you can call today. Today's February the 1st, 8 a.m. until 8 this evening, on Friday from 8 until 5, Saturday 9 till noon, and Sunday starting at noon until 3 in the afternoon. Get your questions together, what questions you may have concerning this, and they can probably go ahead and answer all of those questions. And another thing to keep in mind is early voting. Yesterday morning, Rutherford County Elections Director Don Loveless, along with Senior Election Specialist Clay Randall, they demonstrated how the voting machines work for members of the public and the press. The early voting period for the 2024 primary election starts Thursday, February the 15th, and Loveless explained the process of casting ballots, how they'll be collected and tabulated. She also says she wants to be transparent and to assure the public that elections in North Carolina and here in Rutherford County are secure. And do keep in mind that the early voting period for the 2024 primary election is just over about 2 weeks. Election day is March 5th. Local election officials are urging those who wish to vote and have not yet registered, do so as soon as possible. The deadline to register in order to vote on Election Day is 5 p.m. February the 9th. Now, during the early voting period, February the 15th through March 2nd, a citizen may register and vote at the same time. February the 9th is the firm deadline when you must be registered if you plan to vote on Election Day, March the 5th. That, according to Don Loveless. Also, it's important to remember that February the 9th is also the last day to change your party affiliation for this election. Now, if one is already registered and wants to vote during the early voting, you must do so with your party's ballot. Now, she pointed out that the number of unaffiliated registered voters is the fastest group in Rutherford County, and we'll tell you more about that during the 8 o'clock hour. But for those of you who have to be at work, and just giving you a heads up on what's going on around Rutherford County. 28 degrees currently, partly sunny skies. If you got a birthday or anniversary you'd like to get called in, and guess what? Granny Bees is no longer giving away the pedophores. Now at Granny's, they're going to be giving away a small individual-sized pizza for the birthday giveaways. It's got 4 slices, just a perfect serving for a lunch or a supper. Granny's is now serving pizzas again. They've got the Greek pizzas with oven-roasted onions, cream sauce, spinach, feta, fresh tomatoes, cheese, pepperoni pizzas. The New Yorker, Hawaiian, the Heart Stopper, of course, with all the meat, pepperoni, beef, sausage, ham, bacon, extra cheese, and, of course, that delicious deluxe pizza. So get your birthdays and anniversaries called in, and maybe you will be winning that individual-sized pizza from Granny Bees.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Wayne's Lunchbox can satisfy the pickiest of eaters at lunch or dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it. You can enjoy salads, sandwiches, a limited meat and veggie menu at lunchtime, and then for supper, your choice of a meat and vegetables. Call on Wayne's for any catering event that you may have, offering catering service, so stop by 391 East Main Street in Spindale.
Call 828-395-2225. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 until 2, for supper, 3 until 7. Coming up on 14 minutes before 8 o'clock, I want to say good morning to Chad Medford. Known Chad a whole lot longer than we probably want to admit. Used to call me at the old WBBO when we were still located in Forest City, and anytime we had news stories, we always tried to swap stories back and forth. He quoted me on an incident that kind of got everybody tickled, but I don't think the boss man liked it too well. 28 degrees currently, and if you got a birthday or anniversary, we're going to give you a chance to get those called in. And somebody, we're not giving away the petit fours anymore. We're giving away now a small pizza from Granny B's. And if you didn't get those pizzas I think it was last summer he had the pizzas, or summer before. Those pizzas were absolutely delicious. So if you've never had a pizza from Granny B's, you'll want to go by and check out their pizzas. They are delicious. And they're going to start serving pizzas again. And they've got, you can just about get it any way you want to. They do have the Greek, just a plain cheese, pepperoni, New Yorker, Hawaiian, the Heartstopper with a lot of meat on it, and the Deluxe Supreme. And, of course, if there's a certain way you like your pizza, cheese with onions or mushrooms and pepperoni, of course, you can have your pizza made any way you want to. But it's a small, individual-sized pizza from Granny B's. It's got 4 slices. And we're going to do a birthday drawing in just a few minutes and see who wins that pizza from Granny B's. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford-Ton.
Sess Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City, or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com, or call them at 245-1626.
You know, Granny's Bakery has been doing the birthdays here on WCAB for many, many, many years, and we appreciate that. And at Granny Bakery, you can also get those delicious donuts every morning. Maybe you just like just a plain donut, or a chocolate-covered donut, or a cream-filled Long John, or a Claire, or the orange twist, or a cherry twist, or those great big cookies with all that good cream in the middle of it. Whatever you like, you're going to find it at Granny's. And if you need a birthday cake, a wedding cake, something for a baby shower, well, you can get that at Granny's. And again, to tell you about the cake that they made for the town of Spindale for the centennial, they put the Spindale house right in the middle of the cake. And I hated that we had to cut that cake. It was just too pretty to cut, but we did. We had to. And it was delicious, and it was absolutely beautiful, and it fit the theme of Spindale's 100th birthday. So Granny B's, and now Granny B's is back to serving pizza. And this morning we're going to give away, instead of the petit fours, and from now on for a while, we're going to be giving away a small individual-sized pizza from Granny's. It has 4 slices, perfect for just your lunch or an individual dinner, or maybe just a snack after school. Granny B's, now pizzas are available at Granny B's. An individual-sized pizza, that's what we're giving away this morning. So let's hit it, guys.
Happy birthday.
Well, Stephen Crow
is celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to Stephen. That's the only birthday that we had called in this morning. So Stephen, you get the pizza from Granny B's. We'll fax your name into Granny's and they will have your pizza ready for you. May want to call ahead and let them know that you're coming, so they'll have that pizza ready, hot and ready for you. Coming up on 9 minutes before 8 o'clock, we've got news from the North Carolina News Network coming up. And we've also got a lot of news coming up during the 8 o'clock hour. And something for you to think about. Do you think it's okay to leave a window open? Is it necessary to leave a window open during the wintertime? Well, we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. And also celebrating birthdays on this February the 1st, Kenny Blackwell and Alicia Whiteside also celebrating birthdays today. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day this morning. Throughout the day, your birthday. I hope everybody's nice to you. And we'll check in with Rick Hauser at Jay's Salvage in just a minute.
Leadership is made up of a number of important qualities, but true leadership can be summed up in the ability to influence others toward a desired goal. Robert E. Lee possessed this power of influence. On one occasion, the great Confederate general unexpectedly visited a group of his soldiers on the eve of an important battle. Riding his famous White Horse Traveler, Lee provided an imposing figure to the soldiers standing for review. There was a stealthy quietness. No one spoke a word. Immediately following the review, the great general left. Suddenly, a young soldier from Georgia, who was caught up in the excitement of the moment, shouted out, "Now then, after what the general has said, will you fight or won't you?" The great general had not spoken a word, but his mere presence brought a dying devotion to his followers. It was not the power of his uniform, but the power of his character that motivated his men. Persuasive leadership is the most effective leadership possible. Leaders in name only, or because they have been given a position, soon discover that people don't always follow someone they don't respect. On the other hand, someone who is proven capable and won the hearts of their followers can lead a group where the positional leader only dreams about taking people. Give people your heart and prove yourself capable, and you will be amazed how effective your leadership can be. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living.
6 minutes before 8 o'clock, and always on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we check in with Rick Hauser down at Jay's Discount Grocery. Good morning, Rick.
Well, happy Thursday. How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Well, it's another day in paradise. What else can you say?
Yep. In your store, you walk out thinking you're in paradise with the money you're going to save.
Absolutely. The only way you're going to save money, go to Jay's.
That's right.
And we're stocked up. We've got a big load of dry goods in, stocking the shelves now. Got plenty of laundry detergents. Got chips and cakes. Got Little Debbie's. Got all kind of Hostess items. Got sodas. Got ice cream. You know, want to save money, go to Jay's. You know, and the butchers are here every day working hard to keep the meat counters filled up, and they're working hard to keep it filled up. We sell a tremendous amount of meat, and got a lot of good customers to come in and buy it. So if you want to save money, go to Jay's.
What days does your produce truck come in?
Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays, because I came down on a Tuesday and wasn't nothing there, doggone it.
It was all gone. You know, you got to be here on Thursday to get any of the produce. And we'll also have cooler items come in on today. Somewhere around lunchtime, we'll be stocking all of it up.
You got your Valentine candy?
We do not. I think it's all sold out. We may have a little bit left, but it won't be much.
Okay, see, that's what happens. You got to get to Jay's to get the deals, because once it's there, it may not be there much longer, will it?
That's it. It'll get gone quick.
But you're going to walk out with a pocket full of savings.
Yeah, it's the only way you're going to save money. You can't save it on the fire bill, and you can't save it at the gas pump.
No, you can't.
Save it on your groceries.
You know, if I could ride an electric bicycle
up and down this
Yeah.
trail and not freeze to death in the wintertime, I'd do it.
I'm telling you, it's gas is expensive no matter when you get it. It's just you just shake your head.
Yeah, and just don't look at the pump. Just pump it because you got to have it
That's
anyway.
Gotta have it.
Got to have it. Rick, have a good day today, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all come visit.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
The U.S. saying that they've been targeting locations within Yemen, going for what they say were Houthi drones that were about to be launched and sent out towards the Red Sea to hit various vessels. The Americans also saying that they hit a control post as well within Yemen.
Pat Bradford plans to make a motion at Tuesday's board meeting in New Hanover County to rescind a previous motion to approve a 3-year extension of the New Hanover County School Superintendent Dr. Charles Faust employment contract, which was just approved back in August.
I notify the board today of my intent to make a motion at our next meeting to rescind the motion to approve the 3-year extension of employment contract for Superintendent Charles Faust.
Nearly 180 million new Elmo posts on X. How's everybody doing? The BBC's Courtney Bembridge tells us Elmo is gratified by the response.
Elmo's responded to all of this by saying, wow, Elmo is glad he asked. Elmo learned that it is important to ask a friend how they're doing, although he added that he would be taking a little bit of a break.
You're listening to NCN News.
NC Medicaid is for more people like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Child care teachers.
Full health care coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
Art tells a story, your story, and inspires others in your community to do the same. This Black History Month, AARP is celebrating the undeniable impact and contributions of black art and artists everywhere. We're thrilled to celebrate with these creators over 50. Through their work and persistence, they make society a better place by bringing us all closer together. Learn more about AARP each week on AARP Without Limits or visit aarp.org/local.
UNC hospitals resolved a network issue that affected their computer systems on Wednesday night, will now accept patients. According to the UNC health system, hospitals experienced a network outage on Wednesday night that affected some computer systems. Wednesday on Capitol Hill, the CEOs of TikTok, Snap, Meta, X, and Discord testified before a Senate Judiciary Committee. CBS News business and technology correspondent Jolene Kent was there.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, along with the heads of Snap, TikTok, X, and Discord on Capitol Hill for a grilling from lawmakers. The Senate Judiciary hearing room was packed with families, many of whom held photos of their children who have died by suicide due to online sexual exploitation. Senators focused much of their fire on Zuckerberg, who was forced to apologize directly to victims' families.
Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
In situations ranging from serious crashes to flat tires or car troubles, those who respond to roadside assistance calls put themselves at risk every day. William Horry of AAA tells WBTV.
You really need motorists to slow down, move over. Even a few feet of spacing can mean the difference between life and death for some of these operators.
Another atmospheric river is bearing down on the West Coast, bringing heavy rains and high winds. Weather Channel meteorologist Chris Warren is following.
Some of that energy heading to the east, increasing the chance for some thunderstorms by the end of the week. Some of those thunderstorms do have at least the potential, the possibility for being severe. And then more rain. That part of your weekend is going to be wet for areas in the south, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Really just depends on where you live. Some areas could see 2 to 3 inches. Can't rule out the possibility of seeing some flash flooding.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
This is Dakota Livesay chronicling another true story taken from the 1800s, a time known to all as the Old West. Today's story illustrates the military's lack of knowledge about Indians and how that lack of knowledge was extremely dangerous.
Well, here's the long distance, Bill.
Right.
And the internet bill.
Uh-huh.
And the wireless bill.
Anything you say, honey.
You're not listening to a word I say. These bills are taking away our extra cash.
Well, Fred told me about Affinity 4.
4 times more money for us to spend, right?
No, long-distance internet, wireless service, and Fred says it's inexpensive. He's paying less now than ever before. Plus, Affinity 4 has always supported family values based on causes throughout the country. In fact, a portion of each billing goes to support their mission. Fred says he's not only helping himself with lower cost, but he's helping others too.
Affinity 4 sounds good. Did Fred give you a number?
Yeah, I think I have it. Hold on.
That number is 1-800-684-4815. Save money on your bills with Affinity 4 and new standard for giving. That's 1-800-684-4815.
Whether they were trying to battle them, pacify them, or just live in peace, many military and civilians in the Old West knew little about the Indians, and this lack of knowledge often resulted in death on both sides. It was January 27, 1861. In the Arizona Territory, a group of Pinal Indians kidnapped a boy. In response, Lieutenant George Bascom and 54 men were sent to find him. He couldn't tell the difference between a Mexican and an Indian, let alone an Apache from a Navajo, or more specifically, a Pinal Apache from a Chiricahua. Lieutenant Bascom decided that Cochise, a Chiricahua, had stolen the boy. So he met with Cochise under a flag of truce. Knowing nothing about the stolen boy, Cochise did agree to try to find him, but that didn't satisfy Bascom. He attempted to arrest Cochise and some of his followers, stating that they would be released when the boy was returned. But Cochise was able to escape. Bascom still had 3 of the Apache that had come to the meeting, so Cochise made a couple of raids and captured 4 whites, which he offered to exchange for the captive Apache, but Bascom refused. So Cochise executed his prisoners, and Bascom did the same to the Apache prisoners. Cochise declared war, and within 60 days, Cochise and his warriors had killed 150 whites. Then, for the next 11 years, Cochise raided, burned, pillaged, and murdered throughout the southern half of the Arizona Territory, all because to a military officer, an Indian was an Indian. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Hungry? Lunchtime, dinner time, anytime is a good time to stop in at Gregory's Original Restaurant. Choose from fresh delicious burgers, fries, sandwiches, pasta dishes, fresh salads, grinders, and so much more. All orders are prepared fresh and to perfection. Open Monday through Friday, 11 till 9, Saturdays noon till 9, closed on Sundays. Call in or carry out. 828-287-2171. Located in the Park Lane Plaza in Rutherfordton, and DoorDash delivery is available. Fast and friendly service. That's Gregory's Original Restaurant.
Compassion, commitment, and professionalism. These are the qualities family members need at a time of sorrow. That's why families in Rutherford County turn to Harrelson Funeral Home. The professional staff at Harrelson Funeral Home in Forest City understands your sadness, your loneliness, and your need for guidance. You'll know when you turn to Harrelson Funeral Home that your deepest concerns will be felt. You need someone to listen and guide you through the process of planning a funeral. That's why you need Harrelson Funeral Home. To make it easier on you at that difficult time, plan early for services you'll want for your loved ones. Call Harrelson Funeral Home today. That phone number is 657-6383. See why Harrelson Funeral Home is the choice for you. 1251 Highway 221A, Forest City.
Let B&D help say I love you this Valentine's Day with a store full of great gifts that will be sure to please the love interest on your Valentine's list this year. They offer beautiful jewelry, watches, diamond and birthstone rings, charm bracelets, electronics, musical instruments, and so much more. B&D will also give you cash on the spot for your old gold jewelry. Stop in today. They're located on South Broadway Street in Forest City, or call 828-245-3551.
Imagine getting the tractor you've always wanted. Well, now you can. Stop by NC Tractor and Farm Supply, talk with Phil Sheehan and his professional staff, and let them help you find the perfect Massey Ferguson tractor that's right for you. Any questions you have, they'll be happy to answer. Stop in today, 299 Railroad Avenue, NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 828-288-0395. Good morning. Lou Gillen with your forecast for today. Look for highs around 60 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight, clear, lows around 30. For tomorrow, highs around 65. Overnight lows around 35. Saturday, highs around 55. Overnight lows around 40 under sunny skies. Now, for Sunday, clouds start moving in. Cloudy for Sunday and Monday. Highs around 50. Overnight lows around 35. And then Tuesday, sun shines back. Highs around 55 degrees. That is your Pure Country forecast. We are Pure Country, 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB. Rutherfordton. And currently we are up to 29 degrees. And taking a look at some of our local news headlines. Though the repairs are ongoing, Out of the Ashes homeless shelter on Countryside Drive in Forest City finally is open again. Executive Director and founder Pat Chamberlain was able to move clients back into the facility on Tuesday afternoon and throughout the evening after clients had to stay in area motels and other locations for a number of weeks. Now, the fire broke out on Sunday, December the 10th, forcing the shutdown of Out of the Ashes facility during the coldest weather of the season. Out of the Ashes is the only comprehensive homeless shelter in Rutherford County. It connects clients to addiction and substance abuse treatment and provides a variety of programming and classes designed to help its clients stabilize their lives and once again live independently. Chamberlain said we were able to obtain our certificate of occupancy and are now able to safely be back inside our own building. He said that a new sprinkler system as well as new heating and air conditioning systems have been installed. He went on to say they are able to occupy about 3/4 of the building now, but not the exact area where the fire was, as a restoration crew is continuing to work in that area, and it will take more weeks to get that fixed. He said they are grateful to be back at Countryside Drive. It was an expensive staying off-site and more difficult to hold their classes and schedule transportation. And even though Out of the Ashes was unable to use its main facility for 7 weeks, the number of people suffering from homelessness did not go away. Chamberlain said that there are generally more people experiencing homelessness during the cold weather. He said people are still in need and still hurting. In fact, during the past month, they had a surge of people needing their help. Now, this week, there are more than 60 people receiving shelter from Out of the Ashes, including 11 children of all ages, 30 adult men, 24 adult women. Several new individuals were admitted over the past couple of nights. Some contact Out of the Ashes on their own. Others are taken by the local police departments and the sheriff's department, and some are referred by the local jail or state prison. Some come out of jail or prison and have nowhere to go, no family to connect with. Some have just simply fallen on hard times, Chamberlain said. Every person who is homeless is certainly not dealing with substance abuse, though many people think that's why they're homeless. Now, I want to say that one more time, what Chamberlain said. He said some people come out of jail or prison. They have nowhere to go, no family, or, in my words, their family doesn't want to have anything to do with them anymore. So they've just simply fallen on hard times. Every person who is homeless is certainly not dealing with substance abuse, even though many of them do. Now, he said Out of the Ashes is attempting to help a woman in her 70s who was dropped off at the facility just before Christmas and is contending with mental health issues. Every situation is different. Some were married men who were abusing alcohol but have been able to reunite with their families. And he went on to say some of these situations are very temporary, but others require long-term solutions. About 1/3 of the homeless, he said, are over the age 50. Some have limited incomes. Some have Social Security, and yet they're not able to find affordable housing. Some of the Out of the Ashes clients are in their transitional housing program, where those who can pay a small amount for shelter until they can become more independent. The need for services for homeless people in Rutherford County appears to be growing, that according to Chamberlain. He specifically noted assistance from Meta and Little Caesars Pizza. He said, I'm so grateful for the support that was received, and especially the extra help since the fire. He went on to say, but our financial burdens are great. Our staff, they're overworked and underpaid. He said, I hope more people in Rutherford County will recognize the need and choose to support Out of the Ashes. The organization has received some significant foundation support in the past from entities like the Dogwood Health Trust, which enabled Out of the Ashes to acquire the current campus, but some unforeseen startup expenses added significant financial pressures. Out of the Ashes has property for sale in Cliffside that would alleviate some of that pressure. But until that happens, the organization is contending with $211,000 in debt beyond operational costs. He said, we need more community support. We are grateful for our ongoing supporters, and I pray that others will see the need and support this operation as well. Out of the Ashes is a faith-based organization that provides its services regardless of religious status without discrimination. He said we continue to work hard and to have hope, and God is with us, and we will work this out. Well, on Wednesday morning, Rutherford County Elections Director Don Lovelace, along with Senior Election Specialist Clay Randall, demonstrated how the voting machines work for members of the public and the press. The early voting period for the 2024 primary election starts February the 15th, and Lovelace explained the process of casting ballots and how they're collected and tabulated. She says she wants to be transparent and assist the public and assure them that the elections in North Carolina and in Rutherford County, of course, are secure. And speaking of voting, the early voting period for the 2024 primary election begins in just over 2 weeks, and that's going to be here before you know it, on February the 15th. Now, the primary election day is Tuesday, March the 5th. Local election officials are urging those who wish to vote and have not yet registered, please do so as soon as possible. And if I remember correctly, if you go get your driver's license or go get an ID at the DMV, they offer, and other places like social services and the health department, at one time they did. So if you're there getting services, you may want to ask them if they do have the applications to fill out and send in to make you a registered voter in Rutherford County. Now, during the early voting period, February the 15th through March the 2nd, a citizen may register and vote at the same time. February the 9th is the firm deadline when you must be registered if you plan to vote on Election Day, March the 5th. That according to Dawn Lovelace. It is also important to remember that February the 9th is also the last day to change your party affiliation for this election. If one is already registered and wants to vote during the early voting, they must vote with their party's ballot. Lovelace pointed out that the number of unaffiliated registered voters is the fastest growing group in Rutherford County. As of Monday, 46,487 registered voters in Rutherford County. The largest group is from the Republican Party with 20,083. The next is unaffiliated with 16,276. There are 9,833 Democrats and 259 Libertarians. There are 30 registered with no labels and 6 registered with the Green Party. Voters who are registered with a political party. Now, remember this, you can only vote in the primary with your particular party's ballot. If you're a Democrat, you'll have to vote Democrat. If you're a Republican, you'll have to vote Republican. If you are unaffiliated, you will have to pick either one. You'll have to pick one or the other. You can't. And there are this was confusing at the last primary election. People were going in asking, well, where's so-and-so? Well, they're Republican, you're Democrat, you have to apply. Or other way around, you're Republican, you have to vote on the Republican ticket, they're Democrat. That's where a lot of confusion came from. So just remember, if you walk in and you don't see someone's name, this is the primary. You will see them all on the next election, the election in November. Jim explained this many, many times. And it still seemed that when you're standing in line, somebody didn't remember it, or they didn't pay any attention to it. But if you're a Republican, you'll have to vote Republican. If you're Democrat, you'll have to vote Democrat. If you are on the unaffiliated, you'll have to pick either or and vote with those. And again, if you are registered with a political party, you may only vote in the primary with your particular party's ballot. Now, in Rutherford County, where most partisan races are dominated by Republicans, many who are not Republicans are registering as unaffiliated in order to vote in the primary election with a Republican ballot, thus having a say who is ultimately elected. All voters use the same ballot in the general election. So there it is. All voters use the same ballot in the general election. That is the election in November. Now, as the deadline draws closer, election officials are seeing an uptick in citizens stopping by the elections office to either register to vote for the first time or to change their party affiliation. Dawn Lovelace went on to say, we're seeing more and more come in each week, and she also reminds citizens that in order to vote, citizens must present a valid photo identification. We've got more news coming up, but first we'll take a look at the local obituaries, and they are being brought to you by Crow's Mortuary.
Valentine gifts can be ho-hum, or you can give a gift of jewelry from Butler's Jewelry and Loan and wow things up a notch or two. Say I love you with hearts. Choose from the beautiful selection of sterling silver necklaces. Choose hearts with diamonds. Maybe a Spidell bracelet with hearts. Remember, engraving is free with your purchase, and gift wrapping is free. Give more than a ho-hum gift this year. Give a gift from Butler's Jewelry and Loan in downtown Forest City. And remember, Butler's does repair work now, and Butler's now has ammo.
It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com. Michael Wayne Epley passed away on Wednesday, January the 19th. A service will be held on Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Rock Springs Baptist Church in Rutherford, with the family receiving friends 1 hour prior to the service. All are welcome, and in lieu of flowers, donations in his memory may be made to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the ASPCA, to honor his general spirit and lifelong love for animals. Online condolences may be made at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Michael Wayne Epley. Carolyn Pope Murray, 76 of Sunshine, passed away on Sunday morning. A memorial service will be held at 10 o'clock on Saturday, February the 10th. That's Saturday, February 10th at the Sandy Level Baptist Church. Online condolences may be made at washburndorsey.com. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Carolyn Pope Murray. Nivea Dinky Green, age 80 of Boston, passed away. A visitation is being held on Monday at 2 until 3:30. Funeral services are at 3:30 on Monday at the Sandy Level Baptist Church. Online condolences may be made at washburndorsey.com. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Nivea Dinky Green, age 80 of Boston. Complete obituaries can be heard at 11:30 this morning here on WCAB, and then tomorrow morning at 8:15.
Good morning. I'm Pastor Lee Coyle. Welcome to Coffee with the Soul, a brief devotion designed to jumpstart your service to Christ today. Nothing gets my body going in the morning like a hot cup of coffee. Nothing gets my spirit started like a fresh challenge from God's Word. Continuing favorite verses week here at Coffee for the Soul, I'd like to share one of my favorite of all verses, which is also one of my life verses. It is part of our Lord's Sermon on the Mount. The verse is found in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Jesus said, "Let your lights shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." That verse is the desire of my heart. I pray that I always let my light shine in such a way that anyone who is around me can't help but see Christ in me and give praise and glory to God. One of the prayers I pray prior to delivering God's Word on Sunday mornings is that the Lord would hide me behind the cross so that no one sees me but rather sees Jesus. Jesus said to all who follow him that we are the light of the world. We are light, for the light he is in us. Thus, it is our calling to be light. We are certainly living in dark times. The darkness of sin and wrong is all around us, which makes the call to light the world even more important. Make no mistake about it, even in a world and culture that is so opposite of and at times even hostile toward Christianity and anything pertaining to religious faith, many in the world are still looking for light. They are looking for truth. They are looking to see if there is anything to Jesus' people. You may very well work with or live next to one of those people looking for what Jesus has to give. Will you decide today and every day to let your light so shine that they may see your witness of Christ and give glory to the Father? It will bring blessing to you and maybe, just maybe, bring life to those who are dead in their sins. Now, that's coffee for the soul.
At Insurance Service Associates, we want to be your insurance agent. We try to make it easier for you. When you ask, we will shop your insurance with multiple companies. We don't charge extra fees for making a payment. You can come by our office, or with many of our companies, you can pay us over the phone. Many of our customers come through our drive-thru. We want to make it simple because life is already too complicated. Insurance Service Associates, 245 East Main Street, or you can call us at 245-5301.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings. When in doubt what to get that special lady or fellow for Valentine's Day, look no further than Simply Divine. They're inside Harden's Drug on Church Street in Forest City. Beautiful selections of Kendra Scott jewelry, Vera Bradley tote bags and purses, Alex and Annie, Valentine decor, candy for him, or how about a beautiful case knife? And of course, they offer free gift wrapping. Find all this and much, much more at Simply Divine Gift Shop inside Harden's Drug on Church Street in Forest City. Well, we've told you about this the past couple of days, and I want to make sure that you remember this and be on the lookout. Now, law enforcement officials are continuing to seek information on a man they say fraudulently collected donations for wounded veterans. To me, that's a no-no in its own right there. Cleveland County Sheriff Alan Norman said Rodney Darren Grant, he's 56, of Beams Mill Road in Ellenboro, was going to people's homes in Cleveland and in Rutherford counties soliciting donations for nonprofits, but was not associated with any of them. According to the sheriff, he was actually approaching people and he was collecting money for wounded veterans. We only have one report, a victim in Cleveland County, but he's sure there are more. He said anyone who has been approached by Grant should call the sheriff's office and report the incident. He said it appears there's a good possibility he's been a two-county investigation that Cleveland County will be working with Rutherford County. He said there are possibly more victims right now in Rutherford County than in Cleveland that they know about, but this investigation is ongoing. Now, the sheriff said, I can't speak for Cleveland County that charges are forthcoming regardless if there's only one victim or a number of victims. He went on to say, we know that things like this happen quite often. Some are reported to law enforcement, and the vast majority are not, but this individual needs to be held accountable and pay for the crimes that he's committing. He said Grant would be charged with obtaining property by false pretenses. And if you are from Rutherford or Cleveland County and you have been in touch with him and he has solicited money from you, you can call the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department at 704-476-3081 or call the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. Tell them what happened and they will get in touch with Cleveland County. The body of a man previously reported missing was found in Candler on Wednesday, January the 31st, that according to officials. Initially, yesterday afternoon, Buncombe County Sheriff's Office reported James Cody O'Neill, 42, was a missing person from the Candler area. Officials said he was last seen near his residence 10 days prior on January the 21st. Then at 5:35 on the same day, the Sheriff's Office said that O'Neill had been located. At around 6 p.m., a viewer reached out to News 13 about a large law enforcement presence on Lindsay Road in Candler. After News 13 reached out to officials for information on the number of police vehicles, a spokesperson for the Buncombe County Sheriff's Office confirmed that just before 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, that the reason for the police presence was that O'Neill's body had been located in that area. The spokesperson could not provide an exact time or location where he was found, but the next of kin had been notified. Officials did not offer any other details. Coming up, we've got sports from the North Carolina News Network. Coming up on Saturday, we do have Tar Heel basketball. It's the Tar Heels and Duke. You can hear that game here on WCAB. Countdown to tip-off will be at 5 o'clock. Now, we have a sister station in Marion, WBRM, and we have an employee that jumps back and forth between the two stations. Now, Cameron will be here. We may miss that pregame show, but Cameron will be here in plenty of time for that game before the tip-off at 6:30. He's got a game up there he has to do first, and then he'll be down here. So if we miss a little bit of that pregame show or the countdown to tip, but plenty of time for that tip-off.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. Carlton Carrington scoring 24 points. Ishmael Leggett added 22. Pittsburgh rallied last night to beat Wake Forest 77-72. Pitt coach Jeff Capel.
First and foremost, man, what a game. Two good teams, really competitive. Really proud of our guys. We continue to fight, and for our guys to be down 10 at the half, but not to panic, to stay together, and to fight their butts off in the second half. Really, really proud of them, to be down 10, then to go up 10.
In Charlottesville, Virginia beating Notre Dame 65-53, extending the nation's best home winning streak to 22 games. Coach Tony Bennett.
For the most part, there were some tough defensive stands. I thought Tane gave us a lift, but then offensively, it was good to see Jake play like that, Reese, different guys at different times.
Florida finally got a top 10 road win, as we hear from David Schuster.
Walter Clayton Jr. scored a team-high 23 points as Florida upset number 10 Kentucky 94-90 in overtime. Clayton's three-pointer with 3 seconds left in regulation sent the contest into OT, and then another three-pointer gave his team the lead for good in the extra 5 minutes. For the game, Clayton was 7 of 14 from behind the arc, and he had help as Tyrese Samuel scored 22 points and Zion Pullen had 21. The win by Florida was their first road victory over a top 10 team in over 20 years and raised their season record to 15-6. Kentucky was led by guard Reed Shepard, who had 24 points, but the Wildcats fall to 15-5. I'm David Schuster.
NBA last night, another loss for the Hornets, falling to the Chicago Bulls in Charlotte, 117-110. Hornets coach Steve Clifford.
We've been having problems because our principles were bad and stuff. Tonight, those guys are terrific offensive players, and they played well, so sometimes that happens too.
You're listening to NCN Sports.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
In North Carolina, child care centers are closing. Rates of depression and anxiety are rising in youth, and kids are going to bed hungry. This cannot be the future for our state's almost 3 million children. That's why NC Child is here, and we're advancing solutions that will help kids get the education they deserve, the health care they require, and the food they need. Learn more about how NC Child is helping all kids at ncchild.org. NC Child, the voice for North Carolina's children.
Virginia and Tennessee filing a lawsuit against the NCAA after it alleges the University of Tennessee violated NIL rules. Correspondent Gethin Coolbaugh.
The attorneys general of Tennessee and Virginia filed a lawsuit against the NCAA a day after the University of Tennessee's chancellor ripped the association for investigating the school for potential recruiting violations related to name, image, and likeness compensation rules. The lawsuit was filed Wednesday in the Eastern District of Tennessee. It claims the NCAA is, quote, enforcing rules that unfairly restrict how athletes can commercially use their name, image, and likeness. Tennessee Chancellor Dondi Plowman said in a letter to NCAA President Charlie Baker that the association was failing its members and athletes. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And I'm Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
Imagine that look on her face when Bostic Florist delivers that special someone a beautiful gift for Valentine's Day. Choose from tropicals, dish gardens, contemporary, or traditional arrangements like silk, dried, or fresh cut. They can also put together fruit baskets, scented candles, and of course balloons. See that smile light up with gorgeous Valentine gifts from Bostic Florist, Main Street in Bostic. And remember, get those orders in early, 828-245-2884. That's 245-2884. There are plenty of drugstores in Rutherford County, but not all of them offer the same personal customer service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team have trusted experience and professional service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1, 287-7117. For dependable, complete, and professional auto service, see Tri-City Tire Service. With years of experience, they care about their customers, and it shows. From complete auto service and brakes, alignments, tune-ups, and oil changes to North Carolina inspections, Tri-City Tires got you covered. They carry tires for commercial, farm tractors, and ATVs. Tri-City Tire Service, your local tire and auto service center, 221 Daniel Road in Forest City. Call them at 828-287-8778. Good morning. Lou Gillum with your forecast for today. Look for highs around 60 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight, clear, lows around 30. For tomorrow, highs around 65. Overnight lows around 35. Saturday, highs around 55. Overnight lows around 40 under sunny skies. Now, for Sunday, clouds start moving in. Cloudy for Sunday and Monday. Highs around 50. Overnight lows around 35. And then Tuesday, sun shines back. Highs around 55 degrees. That is your Pure Country forecast. We are Pure Country, 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Right now it's 30 degrees and sunshine starting to peek over the trees. And if you're watching online, you've seen me throw my phone up in the air. No, I'm not making videos of the Blue Room. In this room, a lot of times you can't get your phone to work, and you've got to kind of wiggle around and move it around the room trying to, I guess there's just wires going over, I don't know, blocks the signal. But everything's messing up this morning as far as cell phones go. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit the website I'm trying to get to, which is this one. Now, families can now start applying for the state's newly expanded school voucher program. The Opportunity Scholarship was expanded through the state of North Carolina through the state budget. So now every family will become eligible for funding to send their children to private schools. The State Education Assistance Authority will review the applications they receive and get the funds to the school that the parents choose. School choice advocates say it gives families more options. Now, it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, black, white, male, female. Opportunity Scholarship and Education is for all. That according to Mike Long, president of Parents for Educational Freedom in North Carolina. However, opponents fear the impact could have on public schools. They say these private school vouchers drain funds from our local public school districts, and we're concerned because we know funds can be used to improve the academic experience. That according to Tamika Walker Kelly with the North Carolina Association of Educators. You can go online to the SEAA website to apply for the scholarships. Deadline is March the 1st. The state will have expanded customer service hours to help families apply. You can call 855-330-3955. And you can start calling now until 8 o'clock this evening. Tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. On Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And then on Sunday, 12 noon until 3 in the afternoon. Well, Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy Kinder Fair is going to be on Friday, February the 9th from 4:30 until 6. This will be at the Grammar School Gymnasium on Broadway. They'll have snacks, activities for the kids, games. If you'd like more information, call 245-9526. Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy's Kinder Fair, Friday, February the 9th, 4:30 till 6 in the Grammar School Gymnasium at 1110 South Broadway in Forest City. Mark Ledford is a Republican whose name will appear on the Republican ballot for the County Commission District 2 race. But Ledford is now publicly supporting incumbent Republican Greg Loveless, hoping Loveless will retain the seat. Republican Donnie Houck is also running for that seat, and Ledford said the leadership of Rutherford County Republican Party is unfairly attempting to control the entire process and, according to Ledford, unfairly supporting Houck's candidacy. Ledford filed for office on the last day during the candidate filing period. Not long after, he said he contacted the local Republican Party and asked about when the upcoming party meetings would be. I was informed that Mr. Houck had the backing of the party leadership, and I was asked to step aside and not run for office. That's according to Ledford. Ledford has shared these events publicly through social media and reconfirmed the details Tuesday morning. He said they wanted me to support Donnie Houck in an attempt to ensure Greg Loveless is voted out, Ledford said, and now the party is having meetings at 138 Park Square in Forest City, the place where Mr. Houck says his business and his residence is. And now the Chamber of Commerce is also sponsoring a candidate forum at the same address, Mr. Houck's residence, place of business, that according to Ledford. Ledford said this raises multiple questions and shows bias on the part of the Chamber of Commerce. Ledford said, "It makes you wonder about the chamber. It makes you question the fairness of the whole process. It raises questions about the integrity of the chamber. It makes me wonder, does the Republican Party leadership have a hold over the Chamber of Commerce? In prior years, political party leadership typically supported incumbent candidates of the same party, barring some major scandal. And in the absence of incumbents, party leadership would not take sides until after the primary was held." Leverett went on to say, "This is very unusual and it's not fair. The Rutherford County Republican Party leadership wants to control everything," that according to Leverett. "They want to control this process and the outcome." Houck's residency was officially challenged at the end of December 2023. Questions were asked as to whether or not Houck resided in County Commission District 2. A hearing was held, as required by state law, by the local board of elections. The challenge was officially rejected. Ledford also says he does not believe Houck lived at 138 Park Square in Forest City when he filed for office. He went on to say, "I do not know Mr. Houck personally. I am not judging him as a person, but he is campaigning on a slogan of change you can be proud of. If elected, it would only be a name change." Well, in other news, let's see. Well, an update to a theft ring investigation launched back in October 2022 into Denny's Jewelry and Pawn in Arden. Buncombe County Sheriff's Office said January the 31st that 2 more suspects have accepted plea deals. In October 2022, the Sheriff's Office brought criminal charges against 14 people involved in the theft ring. Ultimately, more than 4,000 stolen items were recovered from Denny's Jewelry and Pawn. Officials said this week Gabriel Thomas Lockridge and Dustin Michael Zelznick accepted plea deals. Lockridge pled guilty to organized retail theft and attempted felony breaking or entering. He will serve 20 to 33 months actively incarcerated with the North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections for the organized retail theft charge, but the additional sentence of 10 to 21 months originally assigned for the attempted felony breaking or entering was suspended for 36 months of supervised probation. Zelznick has pled guilty to 1 count of organized retail theft and will serve 36 months of supervised probation. Well, I asked earlier about sleeping or keeping a window open during the wintertime. Should you leave a window open in the winter? Well, as a little girl, I can remember my papa slept with the window open, and he, right at his bed, where his head lay, the window was open, winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's freezing outside, so do you want to open a window? Should you open a window? Well, the experts weigh in on this controversial practice. Nights are cold, leaves are everywhere because of the rain, and they're wet, and the days are shorter, but they're starting to get a little longer. Winter's, it's here. I don't know if we're really going to have much more of a winter, snow on the way or whatever. But is leaving a window open a really good idea? Well, the benefits of leaving a window open. There's plenty of benefits to letting fresh air in your home. Now, according to Alan Rathey, he's director of the Indoor Health Council, he says that houses built in the last 50 years are so much more airtight than the ones that were built back in the 1970s or even before that. This makes newer homes more energy efficient. But there's a downside: less fresh air exchange. Air that used to vent through drafty windows, doors, and attics now simply recirculate in your home. And there's another word that I remember in past news stories, radon, that can build up in your home. Well, throwing a window open to exchange stale air offers improved air quality. Opening a window can reduce indoor air pollutants like carbon dioxide, vapors from your cleaning products, and cooking fuel byproducts. Humidity control. Dry winter air can do a number on your skin, your lungs, makes your hair stick out. Fresh air can help regulate indoor humidity levels, preventing excess dryness. Odor removal. Even with a range hood or exhaust fan, cooking smells permeate every nook and cranny of your home. If you've ever lived over a restaurant or next door to one, you understand this. Mental well-being. Darkness around 5 o'clock. Well, it's a little later now. It's getting a little later, about 5:45 or so. But early darkness can be very depressing. But opening a window may help. Some people find fresh air invigorating, and it can help improve your mood and your overall sense of well-being. Should you leave a window open year-round? Well, that depends on you. Leaving a window open year-round is generally not advisable, that according to Robertson. In the winter, it's usually more energy efficient to keep windows closed and conserve heat, while in the summer, you might want to open windows to ventilate your home. Well, when you open the window, your HVAC unit kicks in to make up for the loss of heat or cool air that escapes. That could reduce energy efficiency of your unit. It can also raise your energy bill. You may decide the fresh air benefits outweigh a slight bump, however, in the cost. If you're trying to improve indoor air quality, control humidity, or simply enjoy the benefits of fresh air, opening a window occasionally may help. The key is to strike a balance, ensuring that it doesn't lead to excessive heat or cooling loss. Using a window briefly during milder winter days can help achieve the benefits without causing your HVAC system to work excessively hard. Remember, too, your wallet and HVAC aren't all that take a hit from the wasted heat or cool air. Fossil fuel consumption directly contributes to climate change, so think about it. Leaving a window open in the winter, if window openers, at least some of the time, you're in the clear. If it's a beautiful day and you want some fresh air, turn your HVAC off and enjoy it. But if you're in Minnesota and you're snuggled up under mountains of blankets and snow, and you want to crack a window while you sleep, well, that's up to you. If you want that fresh air, crack your window. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to our outdoor spaces, that according to Rapey. Let climate, humidity, air quality, and other factors specific to you and your family inform your decision. You can leave a window open in the winter, but it's important to be selective about when and where. In stuffy or humid rooms, kitchens, bathrooms benefit from fresh air exchange by reducing odors and moisture, but it's best to keep your indoor relatively humidity between 35 and 55%. An inexpensive temperature and relative humidity meter can help show impacts from a slightly opened window and flag you to close it when too much damp or cold air enters. Now, they're saying the relative humidity between 35 and 55% is what your indoor should be. When outdoor air quality is good, air pollution contains volatile organic compounds, which are harmful to your lungs. When you allow fresh air into your home, that according to Rathy, dilution of the VOC may reduce impacts to those with chemical sensitivities, unless the outdoor air is more polluted than inside. So check your air quality index at airnow.gov just to make sure if you have asthma, COPD, or your child suffers from asthma, breathing problems, make sure that the air quality is good enough to leave that window open. On sunny or warmer days, give your HVAC a break in the wintertime by taking advantage of good weather and natural heat from the sun. If you're sensitive to airborne allergens and dust, ventilating may reduce these contaminants. Pay attention to humidity, though. Mold spores are worse in wetter environments. And if your windows have locks, open a window can be an entry point for intruders, especially when you're asleep or not at home, that according to Rathy. He says putting sash locks on your windows, allowing them to open just a few inches and no more, can mitigate safety concerns. So whether you leave a window open in the wintertime or not, if somebody says, I can't believe you want to leave a window open in the wintertime, it's too cold, that's up to you. If you want to leave your window open, leave your window open. Well, I got another one. It's about traveling. And asks the question, should you use the hotel hairdryer? I've done it before. We'll see what that says after this.
At a time of loss, it's about bringing those you love together. At Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside, it is our heart's desire to make that transition as meaningful as possible. It's important to not underestimate the significance of a funeral or memorial service after the death of a loved one. A ceremony offers an opportunity to celebrate the life lived, reconnect with remaining family and friends, and is an important first step in healing. Our team at Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside are trained to help you create a meaningful ceremony to express the special individuality of your loved one. If we can be of any help to you at any time, please contact us at 828-657-6322.
The Man Cave, Woman Cave, Forest City, ready for Valentine's Day. Beautiful gifts and trinkets, handmade custom gifts from local artists here in the county. For her, fragrance boxes, fragrance stones, bracelets, candles, glass figurines. For him, everything football, signs, flags, cups, lasered metal signs, keychains, also leather jackets. They've got you covered for February 14th. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9. Closed Sundays. Man Cave, Woman Cave, 104 West Main, Forest City.
Robbins Painting Carpet is a friend of folks who do their own jobs around the house and friends of the professional. And they're the home of Benjamin Moore Premium Quality Paint. Benjamin Moore goes on easy the first time, every time, so save yourself some time. And Robbins also provides expert help and advice to make every project a success. Call on the team at Robbins Painting Carpet and Floor Covering today, 245-8801. That's 245-8801. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 206 Commercial Drive in Forest City. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale. Well, when you go on vacation, you travel. Those of you who travel a lot with your job, maybe you get in a hurry and you forget to pack the hairdryer, and you're stuck using the hairdryer at the hotel. Well, I found this. Should you or should you not use the hotel hairdryer? Well, according to this from Reader's Digest, it will take more than the average bottle of hand sanitizer to stay healthy while traveling. And the biggest culprit of those woeful travel bugs, surprisingly, it's not the germy public restrooms or disease-ridden handrails and doorknobs. Your hotel room hosts more than you even want to think about, invisible germs and bacteria. And according to an investigation by ABC, you should be particularly concerned with the germs in your hairdryer. ABC teamed up with microbiologist Chuck Gerba to swab items in 9 different Los Angeles area hotels. In terms of hygiene, hairdryers turned out to be the filthiest. Okay, that leads to the question, is it because it's in the bathroom maybe to start with? That's where mine is. This is where it's going to tell us. And I've not read this yet. I'm just guessing. There must be some things that you can do with a hairdryer that I'm not aware of, because some of them are pretty germy, that according to Gerba. Although state codes mandate that hotels sanitize the obvious areas, like toilets and drinking glasses, the same cannot be said for less evident items like hairdryers. As a result, those items won't be cleaned by housekeeping as often and could go days, weeks, months, or even years without even being disinfected. It's just like other things in hotels. They're not cleaning often enough. What about the TV remote? Do they clean those? Unfortunately, even those willing to shell out a couple $100 for a luxury suite can't rest easy. The hotels used in this experiment range from $98 to $500 per night, and they all came up short for cleanliness. It looks like we'll be wiping down our entire hotel room from now on, especially where the hairdryer is concerned, one of the many germ-ridden spots in your hotel room. That's all this story tells us. It doesn't tell us how they got there. I'm assuming it's because it's in the bathroom. Moisture building up in the hairdryer. That's what I'm figuring. So take your own hairdryer from home. Maybe I need to take mine out of the bathroom. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then this morning on Facebook, on the news, they were talking about Facebook teen suicides. And if over the last 2 to 3 weeks, all the stories that I've had, usually about every other day, a kid takes a gun to school. Thankfully, they're caught before they can do anything with it. But here's this. A Michigan school official told jurors on Tuesday that he felt he had no grounds to search a teen's backpack before the boy fatally shot 4 fellow students, even though staff met with the teen's parents that morning to discuss a violent drawing that he had scrawled on a math assignment. Nick Ajik, who was in charge of discipline at Oxford High School, said he was concerned about Ethan Crumbley's mental health, but did not consider him to be a threat to others on November the 30th, 2021. After the meeting about the drawing, the teen's parents declined to take their son home. A few hours later, he pulled a 9mm from his backpack and shot 11 people inside the school. Jennifer Crumbley, 45, is charged with involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say she and her husband were grossly negligent and could have prevented the 4 deaths if they had tended to their son's mental health. They also accused of making a gun accessible at home. Much of Ejik's testimony focused on the meeting that morning, which included him, the parents, the boy, and a counselor. The school requested the meeting after a teacher found the drawing, which depicted a gun and a bullet and the lines, "The thoughts won't stop. Help me. The world is dead. My life is useless." Ejik said he didn't have a reasonable suspicion to search the teen's backpack. Such a nervous behavior or allegations of vaping or possession of a weapon. He had no suspicion to even search it. None of that was present, he told the jury, adding that the drawing also did not violate the school's conduct code. Ejik said he found it odd and strange that Jennifer and James Crumbley declined to immediately take their son home. He said, "My concern was he gets the help he needs," that according to Ejik. Jennifer Crumbley worked in marketing for a real estate company. Her boss, Andrew Smith, testified that the business was very family-friendly, family first, an apparent attempt by prosecutors to show that she did not need to rush back to work after the morning meeting at the school. Smith said Jennifer Crumbley dashed out of the office when the news of the shooting broke. She sent him text messages declaring her son, quote, "must be the shooter. I need my job. Please don't judge me for what my son did," unquote. Smith said, "I was a little taken aback. I was surprised she was worried about work." The jury saw police photos of the Crumbley home taken on the day of the shooting. Ethan's bedroom was messy, with paper targets from the shooting range displayed on the wall.
Severe
A
storms
small
accounted
safe
for
that
over
held the
176,000 power outages across the state tonight. The most reported in Mecklenburg County, where there are 23,248. The number in Wake County has...
Okay. The jury saw police photos of the bedroom, and Ethan's bedroom was messy. The school dean said that the parents did not disclose that James Crumbley had purchased a gun as a gift for Ethan just 4 days earlier. Ejik also did not know about the teen's hallucinations earlier in 2021. It would have completely changed the process that we followed. As an expert of their child, I heavily rely on the parents for the information, that according to Ejik. Near the end of the day, prosecutors played a video of Jennifer Crumbley sitting in a police car after the shooting. She sobbed at times, expressed disbelief that her son, what she said, ruined his life, and asked for cigarettes. She said, "I don't get what happened," unquote. James Crumbley, 47, he's going to stand trial in March. The couple are the first parents in the United States to be charged with mass shooting committed by their child. Ethan, now 17, is serving a life sentence. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Sess Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City, or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com, or call them at 245-1626.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
After a complaint filed with the state, an issue residents say was the owner selling items with military logos and playing Christian music. Many people aren't happy this is happening. The DMV says they only received one complaint. This customer told WBTV,
I can't see where he's really doing nothing wrong. I mean, it's his business.
In the aftermath of a weekend shooting where a homeless man was shot at officers, he made his second court appearance in Wilmington. WWAY spoke with Police Chief Donnie Williams.
If an officer or a suspect is injured, then we will normally call in the SBI to conduct an investigation. And what the SBI is looking for is to make sure that the use of force was appropriate and it was reasonable.
Wednesday night, the House voted 357-70 to approve a $79 billion tax package that now heads to the Senate. CBS News business analyst Joe Schlesinger.
That refundable amount would rise to $1,800 for tax year 23, to $1,900 24, and $2,000 for 25. So more people would get more money. Right now, it's estimated that 19 million kids don't qualify for the tax credit.
Fire officials in Boise, Idaho say several people are injured after a hangar under construction collapsed at the Boise airport. Boise Operations Chief Arian Hamill.
There were a dozen people injured. I can't speak to the condition of individual patients. We're trying to get a hold of family members at this time.
You're listening to NCN News.
NC Medicaid is for more people like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Child care teachers.
Full health care coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
Art tells a story, your story, and inspires others in your community to do the same. This Black History Month, AARP is celebrating the undeniable impact and contributions of black art and artists everywhere. We're thrilled to celebrate with these creators over 50. Through their work and persistence, they make society a better place by bringing us all closer together. Learn more about AARP each week on AARP Without Limits or visit aarp.org/local.
UNC Health Hospitals accepting new patients again after some computers experienced a network outage on Wednesday night. Hospital officials said some computer systems were down for 3 hours. What will Congress do to regulate big tech? That's the question this morning after lawmakers grilled the CEOs of 5 social media companies yesterday on Capitol Hill. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill has more on that story.
The CEOs of Snap and X did express support for one of several bills lawmakers have proposed, others vowing to continue working toward a solution, as members of the committee acknowledged Congress also hasn't done enough.
It's been 28 years, since the internet? We haven't passed any of these bills.
Committee members also say they want to reform a 1996 law that shields tech companies from being sued by users.
North Carolina State University will receive millions in federal funding to help enhance the textile industry in the United States.
The Triangle Business Journal reporting that North Carolina Sustainable Textiles Innovation Engine is one of 10 entities nationwide to receive funding from the National Science Foundation through its Regional Innovation Engines program. Each of the entities selected will receive up to $15 million for 2 years and up to $160 million over 10 years. I'm Bruce Farrell.
One of the richest people in the world is no longer contributing to Harvard University.
Hedge fund billionaire Ken Griffin has donated more than $500 million to Harvard over the years. He told a conference in Miami why he's no longer handing over money.
It was heartbreaking to me to watch the testimony in front of Congress when asked a very simple question about how would you react to calls for genocide on campus.
He said the response should have been,
there is no tolerance for calls for genocide on my campus.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-211-1813. That's 1-800-211-1813. 800-211-1813.
Good morning. Lou Gillen with your forecast for today. Look for highs around 60 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight, clear, lows around 30. For tomorrow, highs around 65. Overnight lows around 35. Saturday, highs around 55. Overnight lows around 40 under sunny skies. Now, for Sunday, clouds start moving in. Cloudy for Sunday and Monday. Highs around 50. Overnight lows around 35. And then Tuesday, sun shines back. Highs around 55 degrees. That is your Pure Country forecast. We are Pure Country. 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Where it's a minute past 9 o'clock. Right now we're at the freezing mark, 32 degrees at WCAB.
Hi, I'm Vivica Fox. For more than 100 years, American Humane has been rescuing animals during hurricanes, floods, and wildfires. But Mother Nature isn't the only danger animals face. Sometimes it's human nature. Every year, 6 million animals are abandoned and more than 1 million are euthanized. You can be a hero to animals in need of rescue and adoption at AmericanHumane.org.
Hi everybody, I'm Kristen Chenoweth. When our servicemen and women return from war, they often carry wounds that the rest of us cannot see. Up to 1 in 5 veterans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. And often, even the best treatment, including medication and therapy, they fall short. Sadly, more than 6,000 veterans die every year from suicide. Thanks to the life-saving power of the human-animal bond, professionally trained service dogs can help. But connecting a veteran with a well-trained service dog can be difficult. Wait lists are long, and training can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But service dogs can bring healing. If you're a veteran or know a veteran struggling with post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury, please go to AmericanHumane.org to learn about their Pups for Patriots program, which provides dogs to veterans for free of charge. Let's help our veterans heal from the invisible wounds of war.
Don't forget the WCAB Be My Baby contest. All you have to do to register for a chance to win, get a Valentine card or just a card. Send it to WCAB, Post Office Box 504. Our address has changed temporarily. Post Office Box 504. And send it to Attention Me, send it to Attention Lou, Rutherfordton, North Carolina, 28139. We've got flowers, we've got candy, we've got a chauffeured ride to Gregory's. And we'll have the drawing on Wednesday morning, February the 14th. And you can't win unless you register. The Be My Baby Valentine Contest, 30 years we've been doing this. So get your cards in to WCAB. We've got news from SRN. That's coming up next. AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton with FM translator service on W265DW at 100.9.
CAB, Rutherfordton, Spindale, and Forest City.